Hey, what's up, everybody? It's a boy Grace as usual, and welcome to this afternoon's LS. It's about 3 p.m. right here in Uganda, East Africa. I don't know wherever you're watching from. It's been raining this side, that's why I'm in my jacket. It's cold outside. But welcome to my LS, and we have an interesting topic today that we are talking about, and basically we're discussing why sugar is bad as alcohol, because some people actually don't know that sugar is actually bad as alcohol. We are discussing today in this LS. Feel free to join and let's drive together. Welcome to this afternoon's LS. I'm happy to have you here. Sorry for that small interruption. Someone just wanted me to help them on something. But please feel free to come in. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to this afternoon's LS. If you've joined, please let me know that you are here. Otherwise, I appreciate you for coming for my today's LS. It's afternoon right here in Uganda. It's about 3 p.m. It's been raining. It's a little bit cold outside. Let me know that you are here. Let me know. Come through, and we have this wonderful chat. You really need to know this. We really need to know this, man. We're getting started in a few. Keep joining, share me out, call your friends to come to this LS. Come, invite all your friends wherever they are. Come on, we have some good time right here. If you're in the building, please let me know. Everybody who is already in their building, please let me know that you are here. I appreciate you for coming. We have an interesting topic today. We're basically talking sugar. We're basically talking about sugar and alcohol. Uh-huh. Emma256 Fitness. What's up, Brad? What's up? How you doing? Welcome to today's LS. For the first time in the building of my LS. I appreciate that, bro. The Influencers Inc. Welcome to this LS. I salute you, bro. So we're about to start today. We have an interesting topic. We're talking about sugar and alcohol. Why basically sugar is bad as alcohol. So you need to know this. You need to stick around. You need to get locked here on this area so that you can learn this. Perhaps you will, reduce your sugar intake because there is no clear-cut difference between sugar and alcohol. The difference is just a little bit small, so you get shocked by the end of this LS. Yo, the Influencers Inc. What's up? Big shout, thumbs up. Thanks so much, bro. In a position to share me out to your friends, please share me out so that we can have an amazing audience here. So when we reach 5 people, we're beginning the real thing, eh? TNKK, hey, what's up? How is UK? Here in Uganda? It's about 3 p.m. It's been raining like cats and dogs. That's why I'm in this jacket, very thick jacket, just get some warmth. But otherwise, it's a good afternoon here in UG. Thanks for passing by. Emma256 Fitness is saying hi, everyone. He's greeting everyone here. Emma, I'm cool. I'm doing well. What's up? How you doing, bro? Tia and Keke, you're saying you are trying to cut down on your sugar, but it's so hard. I know because like on like how I've said on my previous LSCs, sugar is basically like a drug. It's addictive. So when you take sugar, it's as if you're taking alcohol or tobacco. So when it reaches the time when you're supposed to withdraw from it, it's not easy the way you might want to imagine or think. So Jankeke, it's real process, but I can help you on that, on withdrawing from sugar. One thing you need to know if you're really serious about getting away from sugar is do not have sugar in your house. Get it out of your house, throw it out. When you don't see it, perhaps you don't miss it. If you don't see something, you're likely not going to miss it. So first trick is throw it out the house. If you can do that, you have to start withdrawing from sugar gradually. For example, if you used to have a lot of added sugar in your coffee, in your tea, in your everything, you're going to reduce on the amount that you've been taking. You might not quickly withdraw from it. Like you wake up today and you're like, I'm off sugar. It's like how you wake up one day like, I've stopped smoking. It's really, really hard. It's really, really hard. So you just need to keep reducing on the amount that you're taking. Then in the blink of an eye, you'll be off sugar completely. Mhm. Who else do we have here? Who else do we have? Who else do we have? Who else do we have here? So if you really want to quit sugar, first thing, get it out of your house. Trust me, when you don't see it, you even take your milk tea, you take your coffee when you're not even thinking about it. But the moment you keep seeing it around, you'll be tempted to take it. Then you're saying, so I would have a bowl of chocolate with my tea, but ended just eating a lot of chocolate. I know. So basically, added sugar, sometimes people think just this sugar on your table that you get and put in tea. But there's so much stuff out there. There's so much stuff in the supermarkets, in the shelves out there that has a lot of added sugar. Everything that you see in the fridges, everything that you see in those shelves in supermarkets, it's basically having added sugar. It also has a lot of other additives, a lot of flavors, which are basically not good for you. But some people, even when they go to supermarkets to buy all this stuff, they never take time to even read on the read on the labels. They just take as long as something is sweet, then they just take. But if I might ask you, KK, one thing is if you're taking this chocolate, are you taking it because there's any nutritional value, or you're just taking it because it tastes nice? So it's most you take most of these things because they taste nice. I already said that sugar is addictive, so it kind of makes you calm. It calms your body. It makes you feel good, and of course, it tastes nice. So most of the times when you're taking this sugar, it's not because it has any nutritional benefit, but because you're addicted to it, and every time you take it, it makes you feel good. So it's not an easy thing, to just wake up in a blink of an eye, you're off sugar. So it's a process. It might take you a month if you're dedicated. It might take you two, depending on the kind of time you're putting it to actually get out of it. Mhm. So, Ted, do you take added sugar or you just take stuff that has added sugar? I mean, what I mean, do you take like table sugar and put it in the stuff that you drink, or you basically, buy stuff that has added sugar like chocolate, a lot of pastries, a lot of, supermarket stuff? I want to know that. Mm. But otherwise, guys, thanks so much for coming. I mean, I cannot thank you enough. I cannot thank you enough. Every time you're in the house, I really, really appreciate you, sparing that time. And then you're on my channel and we are having this good, um, this good, live chat. Emma 256 Fitness, if you're in a position, share me out your audience so that they can come through here and, we have this wonderful chat. Please just share me out. If you're in a position to do that, you can do it for me as I'm trying to share myself out as well here. Emma, are you still here? Rashid Freestyler, what's up, bro? What's up, bro? Thanks for making it in time to come and pass by my channel. Rashid, do you take some alcohol? Do you take some liquor? Do you dope? Let me know. So today we have an interesting topic where we're talking about sugar and alcohol. And we are saying sugar is bad as alcohol. We haven't started the discussion, but we're just, throwing highlights in there. But it's going to be a really interesting discussion. So are you a sugar guy? Are you an alcohol guy? Rashid, what would you rather? Alcohol or sugar? Mhm. So guys, if you wonder what I'm doing on my phone, I'm just trying to share out to myself, to my audience so that they can come through and they never miss out on this chat. Thanks for understanding. Thanks for understanding. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for keeping around. We're getting started in a few. We're getting started in a few. Getting started in a few minutes from now. If you're still in the house, I appreciate you. If you're still in the house, I appreciate you. If you're still in the house, let me know. Anybody still in the house? Anybody still in the house? Anybody still here? Anybody still here? We're getting started in a few. Getting started in a few. Anybody in the house? Hey, what's up? If you're still in the house, let me know that you are still here so that we can talk together, right? If you're still in the house, let me know. If you've just joined, let me know so that we can have an amazing discussion right here. And if you have any questions about sugar, feel free to drop them down. Feel free to drop them down. Feel free to drop them down. If you're in the building, let me know, let me know. Let me know if you're in the building. Otherwise, I appreciate you. I appreciate you for coming. CV Coach 16, what's up? How you doing, bro? How you doing? I appreciate you for coming right here. Thanks for passing by my LS. Today we have an interesting topic that we're talking about. We're basically talking about sugar and alcohol and why these two things are almost the same. So they are both toxins. So alcohol is a toxin, sugar is a toxin as well. Th- Thanks for the amazing thumbs up. Thanks for the amazing thumbs up. So we are having this great discussion. And if you have any question about sugar, let me know down in the live chat so that I can answer directed to you. So basically, one thing that most people don't know is about how your body handles sugar and alcohol. Almost handles sugar and alcohol the same way. So I've always sang this song on this LS that sugar, what we call, I'll just talk about sucrose, for example, or what we call table sugar. Table sugar has 50% glucose and 50% fructose, and every living cell on the world uses glucose for energy. You understand? So, which means glucose is good. You need glucose. Glucose is not a toxin. But this one guy called fructose, that's where the problem comes from. So, the only organ in your body that can use fructose is your liver. Then also the liver is then responsible for metabolizing alcohol. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I was saying they're almost kind of the same. But if you look at the pathways, how the body deals with them, it's almost the same way. So trust me, at the end of the day, you're taking sugar, but you have no difference, from the guy who is out there drinking in the bar. And that's the conversation we are having today. So this is basically like the bitter truth about sugar. You just take it or you just, leave it. But thanks for joining, guys. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. See, because you're saying, I hope coffee won't have the same effect on health too. So basically, just give you a simple light on coffee. Coffee basically contains what we call caffeine, and caffeine is a psychoactive drug. Basically, caffeine also, there's all how it acts on your brain, but so it's both a central nervous system stimulant and a cardiovascular system stimulant. And most of you take caffeine so that you can enhance your metabolism, you can enhance your energy, so that your energy does not run out. So the problem with caffeine is taking huge amounts over the period of time. So basically, caffeine is a drug. In civic coach, if I'm talking to you right, caffeine is basically a drug that has been authorized in all countries in the world, and because everyone can make coffee everywhere they want, they can buy coffee everywhere. But it's basically a psychoactive drug, and if you look at the mechanism of action, basically it's the same as other drugs. They look at stuff like um, other drugs. I mean, if you look at stuff like cocaine and everything, but when you look at coffee, the advantages, the disadvantages, some people take it, especially when it comes to weight loss, some people take it to enhance their metabolism, which is not bad. But too much of anything, of course, is bad. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, because it is a cardiovascular stimulant. It causes your body to release a lot of adrenaline, which has a lot of effect in your heart. That's why most after taking coffee, you start getting palpitations. You understand what I'm saying? Your blood pressure can go up, you start sweating because you basically boosted your metabolism and everything just going crazy. But about 300 milligrams of coffee per day, I think it's good for you. It's good for you if you really need to, if your energy is getting down and then you want to boost your energy, instead of going for the manufactured energy drinks, you would rather take your coffee. Hope CV coach, I answer your question right. Otherwise, I appreciate you for coming. So, CV coach, I don't know if I answered your question. So, coffee is good, but of course, too much of it is bad. Too much of it is bad because it causes terrible palpitations, but because it's also a psychoactive drug, it can be addictive as well. So you just need to take it in moderate amounts. So the key word here is take it in moderation. That's the most important thing. So if you still have any other new person in the house, please let me know that you are here. Let me know that you are here so that I can give you a shout out. So that you can give you a shout out. So CV coach, are you in position to share me out? Are you in position to share me out? Let me know. If you're in position to share me out to your audience. Guys, I thank you for coming here. I appreciate you for coming. If you're in the house, feel free to let me know that you are here. Let me know that you are here. If you're still in the house, you're still in the house. If you're still in the house, if you've joined the house, let me know that you are here. Let me know that you are here so that we can have an amazing conversation. We appreciate you beyond measure. I appreciate you. If you're in the house, I appreciate you. Anybody in the house? Join us for an amazing conversation. Please let me know that you're here. Let me know that you are here. Come through, guys. Come through, come through, come through. And I appreciate all of you. I can't thank you enough. I can't thank you enough for always passing by. I appreciate you. I really, really, really appreciate. Let me know if you're still in the house. If you're in the house, let me know. Hey, 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 if you've joined, please let me know. Let me know that you are here. I appreciate you for coming through. I appreciate you. Let me know that you are here. And thanks so much for coming to my LS. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. Who is here? Who is here? Who is here? Anybody here? Anybody here? Hi, hi. Hi, hi, everybody. Hi. Come on, we have a wonderful chat here. Hey, what's up, everybody? If you're in the house, let me know. Let me know if you're in the house. I appreciate you. Today, we have an interesting topic why sugar is bad as alcohol. So, these two things, we're simply saying that the body tends to handle them the same way because they're all metabolized by the liver. The biggest percentage of them, they're metabolized by the liver. So, both are toxins. But if you look at other sugars, like I mean, if about sugar, I'm not talking about a general sugar. I'm talking about fructose in particular, fructose corn syrup and everything. But if you look at the table sugar, it has 50% fructose and 50% glucose. So the 50% of fructose is the one we're talking about that is really, really bad for you. Feel free to join. Feel free to ask us any question about sugar. If you've just joined, please let me know that you are here. Let me know that you are here. Feel free to join us. Feel free to join us and keep locked here. Ask any questions. Ask any question. Otherwise, I appreciate you if you're still in the house. So if you're here in the house telling me, are you an alcohol guy? Are you the sugar person? Which one would you rather? Because at the end of the day, we are saying that they are both toxins. We are saying that they are both toxins. If you're still in the house, let me know. And I appreciate you. If you're still in the house, let me know. Let me know if you're still in the house so that we can have this amazing chat. If you've just joined us, let me know. Let me know. Are you a sugar person? Are you an alcohol person? Do you dope? they take some liquors. So what we are saying is saying that all these things are toxins. Sugar, alcohol, this cannot different. They are both toxins, and the body tends to handle them the same way, except that alcohol, alcohol is metabolized by your brain. Alcohol is metabolized by your kidneys. Alcohol goes to some small percentage goes to your muscles. For example, if you take alcohol, 10% goes to your brain, your kidneys, your muscles. 10% goes to your stomach, goes to your intestines, as you know, part of the first pass effect. And then the remaining 80% goes to the liver. But how does the liver handles the alcohol? That's the biggest question. So one of the things people always ask me about alcohol is something that they've always called the beer belly. So does alcohol cause the beer belly? Yes, it does. It does cause a beer belly. So you need to be on our chart, because if you look at when the alcohol enters there are series of biochemical reactions that happen, which I'm not going to go into because they're confusing them more. But the end result is the liver will tend to convert the alcohol into triglycerides, or what we call fat. Of course, we have some fat droplets that will disappear. Of course, that's why you end up with alcoholic fatty liver disease, or what we call hepatic steatosis. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when you take alcohol for a very long time, then you end up with a lot of worse side effects. Especially people who take alcohol, they end up with a lot of cancers, because as the liver tries to metabolize alcohol, it forms aldehydes, and aldehydes have been implicated as one of the causative stuff that leads to cancer. Of course, and we end up with a cirrhotic liver as well, which is really, really, really bad. You don't want to even imagine that. But if you look at sugar, if you look at the fructose, when it enters the liver, it's almost the same pathway. It will end up producing a lot of triglycerides, which will go into your muscles, cause insulin resistance, get deposited around your heart, around your arteries, everywhere, leading you to a metabolic syndrome, which I've always talked about, type 2 diabetes, dyslipidemias, a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff. So you need to be on a watch out, So it's just because they're the same, it's because alcohol goes to your brain, kidneys, and muscles, and fructose doesn't. Of course, alcohol causes stuff like hypoglycemia. Fructose doesn't. Alcohol causes and respiratory depression, can cause pulmonary changes, it can cause myocardial problems. So at the end of the day, yes, there's a difference, but the difference is just so small. So you need to be on a watch out if you're consuming these things. So imagine you're taking both of them, you're addicted to both, and you're getting these worst side effects at the same time. Imagine. But if you're still in the house, please, please, I appreciate you. If you're still in the house, I appreciate you. And let me know that you are still here if you can. Let me know that you are still glued here if you can. If you can, let me know that you're still glued here. But I really, really appreciate you for coming through and supporting me on this live stream. So basically, that is it when it comes to alcohol and sugar. But here when I talk about sugar, I'm talking about the processed sugar. But there's that sugar that was manufactured by God, that nature created sugar, and when God creates created a toxin, he made an antidote for it. So if you look at stuff that has a lot of sugar, but they are natural plants, talk about stuff like sugar cane, talk about a lot of stuff out there, plants that have a lot of fructose, talk about stuff like fruits. God gave them that antidote, which is fiber. So if you're taking that stuff with fiber, then trust me, you are good to go. And the problem is this processed sugar where you have fiber that has been removed. And then because the problem with fiber is you can't stock these things with fiber because they will go bad. So increase on the shelf life, these people they have to remove fiber. But fiber, unfortunately, is the most important thing that your body needs. So if you, for example, you can imagine when you're taking a sugar cane and that kind of you're just eating a sugar cane, but then you're trying to squeeze the juice out of it, and then you're taking away the rest, or you're dumping away the rest, and that's what we call fiber. So you can see there's a very, very, very big difference. So sugar might seem bad, but at the end of the day, if you look at the fructose or the plants that contain fructose, sugarcane, yellow bananas, stuff like fruits, they contain fiber. So as long as you don't get rid of the fiber, trust me, you're good to go. Hey Terry and Tamara, what's up? Wagwan. That's how they say in your language. I told you I'm running some Jamaican, right? Wagwan, what's up? What's up? Welcome to my LS. I appreciate you. So do you have any questions about sugar and alcohol? So Steve Comics, what's up? How you doing, bro? How you doing? I appreciate that you are here. So Steve Comics, you are saying that there's no difference between sugar and alcohol. Last time you were here, you told me you are a med student, right? So we're saying that every cell on this world uses glucose, to get energy. Every cell uses glucose. But I know if you're still in a medical school, your lecture has perhaps taught you that we have essential fats, we have essential proteins or essential amino acids, but you are not told that you have essential carbohydrates, and yet your body needs carbohydrates. And the reason for that is your body, whether you take in glucose or not, your body has to manufacture glucose for itself. That's why if you're ever taking glucose, but at the end of the day, your body is also able to produce its own glucose. So trust me, it's just the whole of it, just caveat. But at the end of the day, you need glucose to survive. So that's why you can't say that all sugar is bad. But here we major talking about was sugar. So we said that if you look at polysaccharides, if you look at glucose, if you look at sucrose, it has two molecules. It has one molecule of fructose, one molecule of glucose. So your body needs glucose, but your body doesn't need fructose to work or to function or to provide you with energy. So where does the fructose go? The fructose you take every day in sugar, in fruits, in honey, such kind of stuff that tastes sweet, because fructose is the sugar that makes sweet stuff, taste sweet. Where does it go? So we're saying that it's bad as alcohol, because if you look at the pathway of sugar, of fructose, it goes to the liver. But what happens when it goes to the liver? A lot of, events happen to it. It's not metabolized the same way as glucose, though you all end up getting pyruvate. But then when you enter into the TCA, or what we call the tricarboxylic cycle, when you produce citrate and you have a lot of fructose coming in, that citrate tends to take a pathway we call de novo lipogenesis, or something we call new fat making. So your liver starts manufacturing more fat from the fructose that you're taking. So much of that fat, of course, you have droplets which will go into your liver, and you end up getting a fatty liver. Then also those fatty acids will tend to combine together and form triglycerides. So those triglycerides, of course, will go into your muscles, will go into your kidneys, will go around your heart, will go everywhere in your arteries. And of course, what will end up happening is you get insulin resistance. So if you can look at the people who have a lot of insulin resistance, who basically have a metabolic syndrome of type 2 diabetes, dyslipidemias, such kind of stuff, hypertension, kidney disease, they have been taking a lot of fructose for some time. But also the problem with fructose is there's something we call glycation. So when you take fructose, or if you even glucose does that. For example, when you have a lot of glucose in your blood, floating in your blood, it tends to combine with hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is basically like your it's basically like your oxygen transporter, and they form something we call hemoglobin A1C. So that's something we call glycation. But in this way, fructose can combine with proteins using non-enzymes, it's like a non-enzymatic action, and you end up getting what you call advanced glycated end products. So those end products can be deposited in your vessels. If the vessels are going to the kidneys, of course, they restrict back to the kidneys, and you end up with kidney failure. If they're going to the eyes, we end up with the retinopathies. If you're, such kind of stuff ends up happening. So Steve Cummings was saying, what's the cause of DM? So thanks for that wonderful question. So we have, of course, Steve Cummings, we have two types of DM. We have type 1 diabetes, we have type 2 diabetes, but I'm going to major talk about type 2 diabetes. Basically, the major cause of type 2 diabetes is insulin resistance. But how does insulin resistance come? So, when you take glucose, it stimulates the release of insulin. So insulin is the one that is going to help glucose enter into your cells. But over time, if you take too much glucose for a very long time period of time, you've taken million meals of carbohydrates and glucose. What ends up happening is you end up in insulin resistance. So you want to imagine like you have a padlock, like a lock and key, So you're the glucose. You understand? You want to enter into your house, but then when you reach in your house, you have a padlock, and then there's a key. So you have a key. That key is the insulin. You understand? Then the padlock is the insulin receptor. So you have to open the padlock so that the glucose can enter, and the glucose is you. But I know if you open your padlock for a very, very long time, for a year or two, time is going to come when you put the key and it doesn't open. And yes, it's supposed to be its key. So which means that key, you either have to lubricate your padlock or do something about your padlock. Basically, you can no longer open that padlock. So the same happens for your body. If you always have a lot of insulin floating in your blood and it's always, working, forcing sugar into your cells, what ends up happening, the sensitivity keeps going away. So you keep losing the sensitivity over time. And what happens is you're going to eat some carbohydrates at some point. When the sugar or when the insulin comes to open, or when the insulin reaches open for glucose to enter, the door does not open. So which means the sugar will keep floating in blood. You understand? So basically, DM is a condition of high blood sugar, but which is brought by insulin resistance. So for you to reverse diabetes, you must fix the insulin resistance, unfortunately, which is very, very hard in Africa. So it's really, really important that we control these things before they can come to us. I hope Steve Comics I answer your question. But if you look at type 2 diabetes, type it's a different story. So in type 1 diabetes, your body is unable to produce enough insulin. In type 2, your body is producing, insulin, but the insulin is resistant. Then in type 1, your body is unable to produce insulin. For example, you got a tumor somewhere on your on your pancreas, or that's the organ that is responsible for producing insulin, or a lot of autoimmune stuff has happened, and then you're unable to produce the insulin. So you end up having a lot of sugar floating and you don't have the insulin to drive it in the cell. So you have also another interesting question is saying coffee and tea, which one is good for health? Wow, that's a good question. So coffee contains caffeine. Also, some other types of tea contain caffeine. Basically, what you're asking is caffeine good for you, good for health? I would say yes and no. I would say yes if taken in moderation because Steve, if you look at the mechanism of caffeine, caffeine is a psychoactive drug. I mean, it is like other drugs, but this time around, it's regularized. It is regularized. If you look at the mechanism of action, it inhibits the adenosine receptors so that you can have continuous energy production so that your ATP does not wear off. That's why when you take caffeine, you have energy all the time. There's no degradation of your ATP. But also it leads to a lot of adrenaline release, it causes of calcium release, so that your metabolism can stay high. That's why we call it a CNS stimulant or central nervous system stimulant. We also call it a cardiovascular stimulant as well. That's why after taking a lot of coffee, you start getting some palpitations. You start getting some palpitations. You get high blood pressure, because of the adrenaline that has been released in the response to caffeine. But in moderation, caffeine is okay because it really boosts your metabolism. If you want to lose some fat, your metabolism is good, then trust me, caffeine is good. But then the problem comes when it comes to high doses. Some people are addicted to caffeine because I've said it's a psychoactive drug. So some people tend to be addicted to caffeine, so they won't take it all the time. But if you're taking like 100 grams to 300 milligrams, I mean, 100 milligrams to 300 milligrams of caffeine or 150 milligrams per day, that's very okay. But if you're taking 500 and 1000 because it's a CVS and CNS stimulant, then you're going to get those side effects, headaches because of the high blood pressure. So that's what makes caffeine bad. Both coffee and tea have caffeine. Tea is good in such a way that the concentration of caffeine is less compared to coffee. So I myself, I would advise if you're really someone who's really not so active, you really don't need a lot of caffeine, I think tea will do for you. Tea to me, it will do for you. So feel free to grab a cup of tea, but coffee, you have to take it in moderation. You have to take it in moderation. That's the biggest point here. But otherwise, I thank you for that question. I thank you for that question. Mhm. Anybody still in the house with a question? Anybody in the house with a question? Let me know. Let me know. If you're still in the house and you have a question, if you're still in the house and you have a question, let me know. And I appreciate your course. I can't appreciate you enough. I can't appreciate you enough. If you're still in the house and you have a question, let me know, let me know, let me know now. Let me know now. Let me know. If you are still here and you have a question, let me know. Guys, I appreciate you for coming. I appreciate you for coming. Still have an amazing person in the house. Still have a question for me? Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. Drop that question for me. If you have any question for me, let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section or here on the live chat. So otherwise, guys, that has been it for today. That has been it for today. If you still have any question, drop it down in the comment section. Of course, I'll find there an answer directly at your comment. You understand what I'm saying? So drop the question in the comment section. But otherwise, thanks for being awesome people on my LS. And let's meet next time. My love.